Hi, and welcome to YMCA Camp Chinjacook. My name's Janae Andriozzi, and I'm the Executive Director here at camp, and I'm really excited to show you around camp today and give you a little bit of a taste of what makes the Chinjacook magic so special. So as we start our tour, we're walking right into the main part of camp. We have our center green basketball courts over here, the dining hall right behind us, and over this way is the trail, the super highway up to the cabins and our headquarters area. And so while Chinjacook is just under 300 acres, we use about 70 to 90 of those acres daily, and this is the main hub for us all throughout the day. So our dining hall really serves as a great place to catch back up with your cabin and make sure that you fuel up for the rest of the day here at camp. We do eat family style, and so every cabin in your group will have either a table here in the dining hall or right out on our veranda, and we'll have meals family style. So it's a great chance to sit down with your cabin mates, talk about what activities you've been doing during the day, and enjoy some delicious food from our amazing kitchen staff. We are able to accommodate lots of different dietary needs, so whether you are vegetarian or gluten-free or have a specific food allergy, there's places to list all of that on the camper medical forms, and we can make sure that we have appropriate substitutes for those campers. So as we walk away from Center Green, we're on our super highway trail that connects all of camp, all of our cabins and program areas, and we start to see some of our amazing activities over here. So up this way we have Art Hill, which has all of our creative arts classes, the 50-foot climbing tower that campers can try out, and some of our sports areas up this way. And so as we continue on our tour, we start to head into some of the areas where our cabins are located. We have 4 different units here at camp, and some of our language really sticks over from the early days of camp when the property was shared by both the YMCA and the Boy Scouts, and so that's why we still call our groups of cabins units. We have our senior girls unit, our junior girls unit across the bridge here, our junior boys unit, and the senior boys unit as well. And these units all come together as little neighborhoods while campers are here and make a really great home base for them while they're at Chinjacook. Welcome to one of our cabins. Right now we're in one of our junior girls cabins, and as you can see, we keep the cabins pretty basic because our main goal is to keep campers outside as much as possible. But we do want a comfortable space for them to call their home away from home while they're here at camp, and of course to get a good night's rest so that they're well rested and ready to go for the next day's adventures. So one of the most common questions we get from parents is, how do I pack my kid for camp? And there's a lot of different options, and it's really up to you and your camper and how you want to pack for the week or 2 weeks that your camper may be spending with us. When it comes to packing, we do see some people use a foot locker that they keep at the edge of their bed. Some people like to have a big duffel bag and sort of roll that underneath the bed each day, and others like to use the plastic Rubbermaid type drawers that have 3 or 4 drawers, and they can be a little bit more organized. Ultimately, it really comes down to what works for you and your camper, but we do recommend involving your camper in the packing process so that when they get here, they know where all their stuff is. Also, we recommend sending a couple things that remind them of home. Maybe it's a picture of their family, of the family pet, a favorite stuffed animal, not needing to go overboard, but a couple little mementos that will help them create their space and make it really comfortable for them. We also recommend that you either have a sleeping bag or twin-size bedding. Again, we encourage campers to make their bunk their own space and their comfort space, so whichever is easier for you, and just make sure you don't forget to pack a pillow as well. We also recommend that you're not sending your nicest clothes or nicest items here to camp. Like I said, we're pretty much outside most of the day. Kids are running around and they're getting dirty, and we'll even spend time outside if it's raining sometimes. So make sure that you're just sending your camp appropriate clothing as well. We do have bathhouses that are outside of the cabin, so sending your toiletries in a case that is easily carryable to and from the bathhouse really helps out campers, making sure that they can carry their shampoos and toothpaste and all of that without dropping it on their walk over to the centralized bathhouse in each unit. And lastly, we are a completely technology-free camp, and so cell phones are not allowed, or smartwatches or anything like that. Those are not allowed for campers to have here because we really believe it's important for them to disconnect from those screens and reconnect to each other and to nature while they're here at Chinjacook. So we also encourage parents to pack a couple pre-addressed envelopes to ensure that you get some letters home from your camper while they're here. And you can also stay in touch with them by sending letters or small care packages. And you can also utilize your parent account to send a one-way email, which we'll print out and deliver with the rest of the mail each day. So yurts are just another option in addition to our more traditional looking cabins that campers have to stay in while they're here. The cabin group or the yurt group is a little bit smaller. It's usually 6 to 8 campers per session, and again, they're still within 12 months of each other. The only difference is that there are no corners here in these yurts, and so these campers tend to think they have a little bit of an advantage during our cleanest cabin competition each session. And so here we are at our Tall Pines field, reaching towards the end of our superhighway trail in the areas of camp that we use pretty much every day. And this is honestly one of my favorite spots in camp. I think it's just so beautiful and peaceful. And during a typical camp day is a pretty busy hub of activity. So of course we have soccer that happens here and other field games and sports. Across the field is where our archery class meets, and right over here is our high ropes class, and that's a really amazing chance for some of our senior age campers, which is campers who are 12 and up, to have a chance to try some different challenging elements and climbing elements and have a bit of adventure in their day as well. And one of the most amazing things about Chinjacook is that we offer over 30 different skill classes to campers that they can choose from and get to participate in while they're here. And we try to do a little bit of something for everyone. So we've got lots of sports classes, climbing classes, high ropes, target sports, and tons of stuff at the waterfront, creative arts classes, really just a sampling of different activities for kids to try, and they don't need to be an expert in them. In fact, we encourage kids to pick classes that they've never done before or they might not get a chance to do at home or at school. And while we definitely focus on teaching the skills of that specific activity and helping kids progress in those skills while they're here, the main focus of our program and of all of our activities are on building life skills and instilling character values that kids can take home with them and into their school and home lives as well. So it's not just about playing soccer, but it's also about learning responsibility of remembering to bring your sneakers in order to play soccer. It's about instilling some confidence and independence in kids as they have choice in their schedule, they learn teamwork and communication, and really just try to have that well-rounded experience that helps them become a better version of themselves. Here we are with the junior boys unit behind us, and this is the unit for our 7 to 12-year-old campers. And as you can see, all of the cabins are in this great kind of semicircle setup, and most of our units are set up like that intentionally to create a community space in the middle of the cabins. And so each unit will have something different. The junior boys are really big into tetherball, so there's a few tetherball courts in the middle of their unit. The senior girls unit's got a cool hammock hangout. So really just a neat place for people to hang out with other campers from different cabins. It's also an area of camp that's used daily by all of our campers because, as you can see, we've got this great baseball and softball field here, which was actually updated in 2009 in large part thanks to our alumni. So we had an amazing alumni association that's really connected and really involved still and help us with fundraising projects throughout the years, such as funding for this baseball field and various other projects throughout camp. One of the really cool things about being part of a camp community that is 108 years old is that there are alumni across the world and across the country, and they're really invested in making sure that the camp magic lives on for that next generation of Chinjacook kids. So this area here is our senior boys unit, and one of the really cool things is that this is actually our oldest cabins in camp, and where these cabins are located today is actually where the original platform tents were situated when camp was first founded in 1913. So originally camp was really just this area here, and across the road was densely wooded forest. And then later in the 1940s and 50s, we acquired the rest of the land as interest for camping, especially for kids through the YMCA, grew. This area here is for our 12.5 to 15-year-old boys. This is also an area that's used daily by all of camp. We have this nice big communal field here. There's usually some can jam and cornhole going on throughout the day. We have a volleyball court and basketball court down here, as well as tetherball, and of course gaga ball, which is a camper favorite. And it's right next to our waterfront and a nice big pavilion area. We typically do at least 1 or 2 cookout meals per session, and it's really great to see the whole camp community have a chance to enjoy some delicious food lakeside and just relax a little bit in this area with their friends. So here we are at the waterfront, which is really my favorite place in all of camp. Not only do we get the whole rest of camp that's beautiful and awesome and part of the Adirondack Park, but we get to be right here on the shore of Lake George, and it opens up some really amazing opportunities for our campers. And we really, again, like the rest of camp, try to make sure there's options for every camper here at the waterfront. So there's swimming, there's sailing, canoeing, water skiing, fishing, really tons of different activities for campers to enjoy the lake in different ways. And the way we kind of manage the safety here at the waterfront is we have a team of counselors who also serve as lifeguards, plus a waterfront team who have specialized skills in things like sailing or water skiing to make sure those activities happen safely. On the first day of camp, we check out each camper with what we call a swim check, and this is how we figure out what classes might be the best fit for them and what area they can swim in. We have 3 different swim areas that have different depths, so basically a different area for every comfort level of swimmer that may come to Chingachgook. Our campers will do the swim check right here in between these 2 docks, and they can try for their 440, their 220, or their beach badge. And again, this is just a swim check so we can note their comfort in the water. It's not a test because no matter what level a camper gets, they still have a chance to swim and enjoy the lake on a daily basis, either during waterfront classes or during our free swim period that happens every day. So standing here on Leapin' Point is a really special place, not just to me, but to every camper that comes through Chingachgook. This is an area where we do some of our campfires and has the best view of the perfect sky blue pink sunsets that happen right over Lake George. And it really just symbolizes a place where the whole camp community can come together, and that's what Chingachgook's all about. Our camp family stretches far and wide and welcomes campers and staff and volunteers of all backgrounds, and it's what makes camp so special. It's the people who really make up this family that bring all the Chingachgook magic. So despite the cool cabins and awesome activities that we've seen today, the people who come to Chingachgook are the ones that make it so special, and we really can't wait to have you part of this camp family, and we hope to see you here at camp soon.